Okay, so that's a portrait of the situation where we're at. And now let's look inside Audiokinetic in terms of the production, how we split the team. So the production team, we've got 5 teams working on WISE actively. So the WISE core team is the team responsible for the sound engine, the runtime, the execution on all the platform. And the integration team, they do our Unity and Unreal integration. And the experience team develops the user interface and the user experience. And we have a team called the Framework UI because we started the coding WISE 20 years ago, 21 years ago. And we use Windows, Microsoft MFC as the UI framework for that. Because at the time, everybody was on PC only. And that was one of our first mistakes, right? Because the Mac kind of surfaced later, and now there's a lot of people using Mac. So if we want to be native on Mac, currently we're using a Windows emulator on Mac to make it happen. But we need to be native eventually, and we need a more modern UI framework so that we can have a better user experience. So there's a team working on that for many years already, and we still have 2 years maybe in front of us to complete that work. But we'll eventually be fully cross-platform and offer a much better experience and just more eye candy as well and more beautiful aspect. The WISE Acoustics team, so that's using or the geometry of the game, rooms and portals, and basically emulating acoustics as in real life. And when I say as in real life, like in real life, there's acoustics, and typically it sounds from average to poor, except if you go in a concert hall or a music studio, maybe, but in your typical living room, it's not that good. So we're not trying to mimic real life. We're basically giving tools so that if it's important for the project they work on, this team can dial real life, and that's fine, but they can also making it more, creative or fantasy and so on. Whatever aesthetics they want to develop, they have the tools to do that. But in terms of feeling that you're immersed in a game, when you use the geometry and you have dynamic early reflections and you have sounds crossing, from a room to another via the doors and the windows that are open, it's really fantastic. Like, that's really the next level in terms of audio production where, okay, I feel that I'm part of this environment for real. And if you do that for VR experiences, then you're really into it. So anyway, so that's why we have a team dedicated for that. We have our special projects team that is responsible for Strata development, but also onboarding our partners' plugins and some custom development. We have an R&D team as well. So we're of course we're looking into machine learning and AI these days, but also spatial audio and other type of advanced DSP. There we have many games using WISE, so we need customer support, make sure that they're not blocked at any level. We have a team of very strong support people, so we level 1 and level 2, but sometimes it's software development, so sometimes the problem is really deep and we have to rely on the WISE core team or the integration team, like the people that actually wrote that code needs to jump in sometime. All these teams are supported by our QA team for quality assurance, and we've got also our team for WISE Automotive, and a team for the web, everything we do on the web, and our launcher, the download and install manager. We've got tools and automation because we need to build WISE against all the gaming platforms that have different SDK versions, for example. So it has to be every day we're building WISE on many configurations out there. So and all these people are supported by the IT team to make sure that our servers work and things like that. And of course, there's marketing and finance and all that, but in terms of production, that's how we're organized. Just a few slides. I'm almost over, and then we go to the to the discussion.
Well, we may actually not have time enough for the discussion.
Okay, so yeah, so we're maintaining multiple versions of WISE.